One Africa brings you Netflix, a showcase of local films proudly produced by Namibian filmmakers.
The kids ate already.
Sundays at 8 p.m. only on One Africa TV.
Wat dwaal jy nog hier? Ah.
In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures 155 million Namibian dollar loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of News on One. In the headlines, 5 robbers caught red-handed ransacking Commersdal home. 2022 records highest rhino poaching cases in 4 years. Mother shares hardship of caring for disabled daughter. Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism advocates for lead-free bullets for hunting. And Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. First up, 5 habitual housebreakers were arrested red-handed this morning in connection with a robbery at a house in Commersdal. The Windhoek City Police and Nampol responded to a tip-off around 10 this morning from members of the public while the robbery was in progress. 2 cases of housebreaking and theft were opened against the 5 suspects, whose ages range from 33 to 43 years of age.
When the police arrived at the scene, the suspects were about to make a getaway with items valued over 150,000, such as television sets, jewelry, wigs, and 44,620 Namibian dollars in cash before they were busted. News on One is reliably informed that all 5 suspects have been arrested on housebreaking and theft charges before. Addressing the media, Namibian Police Commerce Regional Commander David Indongo stated that the suspects were arrested through an intelligence-led operation as they were being monitored for weeks now.
We acted on our intelligence information. 4 of the suspects were observed. They were in fact under surveillance or alone, but the bad day for them is today. While they were trying to sneak into the house, as I said, they were being monitored, and that's why we are even encouraging the establishment of neighborhood watch for our people to start policing themselves and notify law enforcement on time so that we can act immediately as it is happened now. We have been sending stern warning to fellow Namibians that they should stop involving themselves into criminal activities. Yes, some are reasoning is poverty, unemployment, but they should opt to choose the correct way of survival rather than involving them into criminal activities.
City Police Chief Abraham Kanime expressed concern that such incidents are happening during the day. He implored residents to avoid having large amounts of money in their homes.
Let's not keep money in the house. The investigation will reveal the detail of the situation, but we just want to warn the public that they should not keep money in the houses. And it's on the day, just during the day lights, these guys, when they jump into the house, therefore neighbors should keep eyes on each other's property, and have the number of the law enforcement. 10111 is NAMPO, and 302 is the city police.
The homeowners shared concern for their safety after finding out that the suspects were previously arrested on similar charges, and with one suspect being released for a similar case about 2 weeks ago.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye-bye. So a few days ago at the branch, this lady comes up to me and frantically asks me for assistance. She got paid the day before, but was unable to pay for groceries that morning. After calming her down, I asked her to explain her predicament to me. I learned that she made an online payment of $600 Namibian to her daughter's school fees, after which her friend who was with her borrowed her phone. The friend returned the phone when a gentleman called, claiming to be from the bank. The gentleman informed her that the transaction could not go through unless she provides him with the one-time PIN, the OTP, which was sent to a mobile number. She gave the gentleman the PIN and recounted that everything was fine. The next day, she couldn't pay for her groceries because, well, her account was wiped clean. And her friend, nowhere to be seen or found. Remember, never disclose your OTP you receive via SMS to anyone calling you pretending to be calling from the bank or any reputable institution. An OTP is used to authorize a transaction or account profile creation. Your bank will never call you to ask you for an OTP. Always report any attempts like this to your bank's customer contact center immediately. Remember, we don't share.
The country continues to lose a significant amount of protected wildlife species as more rhinos were reportedly poached in 2022 compared to the past 4 years. The Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Pohamba Shifeta, expressed concerns with this development, noting that although elephant poaching is on the decline, 2 rhinos were already killed by poachers last month alone.
At his first ministerial address in 3 years, Pohamba Shifeta said the fight against poaching is ongoing as the country loses a highly valued species at the hands of syndicates. Shifeta said this could have a detrimental effect on tourism.
Unfortunately, Namibia is still losing significant amounts of wild animals due to poaching, especially our iconic species. Such as rhino, elephants and pangolins. A total of 87 rhinos were reported poached in 2022, 45 in 2021 compared to 43 in 2020 and 61 in 2019. Currently, 2 rhinos have been poached so far in 2022. We have also recorded a total of 112 cases involving pangolins from January 2021 to date, of which 41 cases were recorded in 2022. Authorities confiscated about 1,192 pangolin products, including 33 live animals, 95 skins, 1 skin piece, and 1,059 scales from suspects. Poaching has severely caused economic implication through adverse impacts on tourism, conservation, hunting, and also conservation of the species. As Namibians, we should be vigilant in preserving our precious wildlife by reporting suspicious activities to the authorities.
Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism spokesperson Romeo Muyunda said the platform gave staff members the opportunity to meet and engage the leadership, thereby boosting morale and commitment towards the mandate.
Yes, I think this is a very important occasion for the ministry staff members. Most of them, they don't get to see and interact with the ministers. So this is a morale boosting opportunity for them to engage the ministers. But not only that, it also highlights and sets the tone in terms of how we proceed in the year. As you know that staff members are very important people in the achievement of our mandate as well as objectives. So the minister being here and the management of the ministry being here interacting with staff members at all levels is very encouraging. It is motivating for the staff members, and this is what we want to see in the leadership of the ministry.
Life hasn't been easy for a 30-year-old mother from Walfish Bay who left her job to take care of her 5-year-old daughter with epilepsy. The mother, Frida Anis, who shared her struggles to provide for her daughter's needs, also has 2 other children.
The 5-year-old girl, Happiness Enes, cannot walk or talk. Her mother told News on One that the little girl was born normal. However, she soon noticed that she had a development delay as she was not growing at the expected rate for her age. After taking Happiness for medical checkup at the Windhoek State Hospital, she was told that her little girl had an iron deficiency and needed to eat food rich in iron. The unemployed mother stated she's unable to cater for her daughter's special needs as she has to eat healthy food and wear nappies, which she cannot afford.
When I went there last, they said they didn't really say anything, but they said that I should give her physiotherapy, but she won't talk. She is like that. She won't talk ever in her life. She won't say mom, dad, that things, but how should I say? They said that I should give her medicine and I should not stop on giving her epilepsy medicine because she's gonna drink it for the rest of her life. I need nappies, especially nappies. I need food. She's on pills and she needs to eat because so she can grow out of this sickness that she's having. I want her to be a healthy child and strong and to live long. It's what I want for her as a mother.
An emotional Enes claims Happiness does not receive a disability grant because her hospital card indicates that she was born normal. She urged members of the public not to mistreat children because they are disabled.
I just wanted to tell people that they should love kids like this. They are normal kids. She understands me. When I call her, she responds, she laughs, and she's loving. If anybody would just love her, to stay with her.
According to the mother, Happiness was enrolled at a center dealing with children with special needs, but they complained that they could not handle her.
We're going even lower than we have before. In every island, every store, prices smashing through the floor. Smashing through the floor.
Our lower than low prices are even lower. Get Crusson Blackwell Tangy or Mild and Creamy Mayonnaise for $32.99 and 900-gram Bacoma Wheat Bix for $46.99. It's the Spar lower than low sale. Now on.
A A veterinarian from the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Janine Sharp, said that the ministry is advocating for rangers, law enforcement and game capture experts to use lead-free bullets while hunting or killing both livestock and wild animals. Sharp stated that consuming lead-poisoned meat puts both humans and wildlife at risk of kidney failure, liver failure, infertility and eventually death.
Sharp, who is in charge of the Game Capture Unit under the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, explained that lead bullets are generally used for hunting and putting down animals, causing the lead compounds to accumulate in the meat because the chemical gets quickly absorbed into the bloodstream. She added that lead is designed to dissolve rapidly, making it almost undetectable if testing is done after more than 24 hours. This translates to humans and scavengers being at high risk of gradual lead poisoning from game meat, but also from livestock that are put down.
So in this aspect, the ministry, MEFT, is leading the way in that we are advocating, we're leading towards lead-free bullets and alternatives, such as copper bullets and steel bullets, so that to try prevent contamination, not just for our scavengers, not just for our vultures, but also for humans that consume this meat to make it safer. This is also very important when, let's say, for an example, a cow is hit by a car and injured, and a member of the police goes to put it down. That meat is generally distributed, and that lead accumulates. There is a treatment, but it's, you actually have to look out for it.
Janine explained that scavengers such as vultures are more susceptible to the effects of lead poisoning, with an almost instant fatality rate. She explains why scavengers are important for wildlife ecosystems and the overall environment.
To give you a general idea, one vulture, so a piece of rice grain of lead is enough to kill a vulture. A quarter of a rice grain of lead is enough to kill a ground hornbill. Both of these birds, they live up to 70 years, and in vultures' case, which is why I'm bringing this up, because I think they're very important from an environmental side and a One Health aspect side. One vulture's worth is estimated to be $11,600 on their scavenging benefit.
Sharp stated that copper and steel are safer than lead for both humans and animals. This is why the Game Capture Unit has trained rangers, chief wardens and deputy directors in the Kavango East, West and Zambezi regions in sample taking for timely testing to guarantee meat safety.
In India, when the vulture population declined by 97% because of the tradition, the cattle were treated with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These are highly, highly nephrotoxic, so they attack the kidneys of vultures. Because of the vulture decline, which usually consume the meat of these cattle, the dog population increased exponentially. The rabies cases increased exponentially.
Sharp said that detecting lead in meat is as urgent as testing for zoonotic diseases in meat before it is distributed for consumption.
Swipe on it and win! Come bank with us and stand a chance to win the grand prize of an eco-friendly hybrid vehicle or one of 40 fuel vouchers worth $40,000 Namibian.
Full tank, possibly.
To enter, simply make any purchase using your Bank Vintage Visa debit or credit card between the 1st of October 2022 and the 31st of March 2023. With your Bank Vintage Visa card in hand, let's journey together with every swipe. Visit bankvintage.com.na for more information. Protect yourself against fraud and never share your PIN. T's and C's apply. Bank Vintage, a member of Capricorn Group.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. The city of Windhoek handed over 8 houses to middle-income earners under the council's affordable housing program in Kommersdal. Speaking at the handover of the houses in Windhoek, the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Uthoni, said the project is testimony of the government's commitment towards delivering affordable housing to different income groups. The 3-bedroom houses cost the municipality a combined $6.8 million to construct.
The 8 houses located on ERF 6019/6026 at the corner of Florence Nightingale and Sigma Street were handed over to 8 beneficiaries, of which 2 are City of Windhoek employees with an income between $3,500 to $25,000 Namibian dollars. In a different housing project, the city, in partnership with the National Housing Enterprise and Line Ministry, have already delivered 570 houses since 2021 to ultra-low-income earners in various informal settlements of Windhoek.
My little concern is a 312 square meter, it's 850,000. To me, it's a bit high because we are now focusing to reach those people who cannot afford houses. Yes, you can tell me, no, Minister, if you are saying it's high, you know, the input in that specific plot, it's a lot, costs us a lot in terms of services. Water articulation, sewer articulation, you know, all these cost us. Yeah, I was of the opinion that at least if we could divide that 150, 425, you know, you build a 2-bedroom, and then incrementally a person will then continue to increase his or her house.
City of Windhoek Strategic Executive for Housing, Property Management and Human Settlement, Fennel Manda, explained that the housing prices are low as the city does not make a profit from the projects, but the money utilized from the finished projects go back into the project to build more houses.
The density of houses here is 1 dwelling unit, 1 house per 300 square meters, which means the beneficiary or the person that will get this house, 60-25, have an advantage above everyone else here to build 2 additional houses of the same size, you know, without going back to council to ask for permission because of the size. For that reason, the F price is 440,000. We have seen the one for 165,000, but the house price is the same, you know, like all others, is 560,000, brings the price to $1 million, and then now 1.1 million, that is the total. So again, the city takes nothing, you know, it's to ensure that that's what makes the house affordable. So if this was a typical private development, we would have now our profit on top, so that's what would have blown the price.
Manda further said that the process of applying for the houses is going smoothly, and in this program, the targeted beneficiaries are required to get approval from the bank to participate.
That is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on business news.
Hopeful teams have started an epic journey of a lifetime from all corners of the Rainbow Nation to make their way to host city Nelson Mandela Bay to take part in the world's toughest outdoor cooking competition.
Put it down! Put it down! I was using my hands as a tong.
But if this year's hopefuls think that they've got the game sussed out, that it's going to be an easy ride into the final, they are sorely mistaken. stay in the game, they will not only have to earn the right to compete in the final, but prove that they deserve their place around my fire.
Second team to be eliminated from the game is...
In a game where anything can happen, where one slip-up can end a team's epic journey,
What are you doing here?
where their time on the road depends on brilliant food prepared on the open fire,
This is horrid.
only the team that consistently impresses the judges in a journey that will crisscross the Eastern Cape will get their prize-singed fingers on over R500,000 in cash and prizes and this year's title. It's winner take all for the team that can survive being under fire. Game on.
The Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Frans Kapofi, stated that his ministry does not deal with matters related to former refugees. Kapofi stated the law only allows the ministry to cater to the needs of former freedom fighters. Matthias agrees with the minister that they do not deal with refugees. Titus said they should work like other people. Nyoma described this as discrimination. Junior wants to know where the refugees were repatriated from. Linjay wants all Namibians to benefit from the country's resources. And that's it from Comments Corner. Please continue engaging with us on our stories for broadcast on News on One.
Got your feel-good vibes.
99 FM.
The leading football team in the Futsal Namibia League, the Patriots, lost out on 3 points against the Ballers Football Club in a rematch that ended 4-3 last night. The Patriots suffered 2 defeats in 2 weeks despite leading the league log with 10 points clear of the main rivals Quality FC and 14 points ahead of Ballers FC in what has now become a 3-way fight for the title.
After collecting just 3 points from 2 games in last night's 2 clashes against Ballers Football Club and Windhoek Futsal, one of which ended in a defeat, Patriots FC striker is adamant that they will remain at the top of the log. Paulo Coelho expressed that many of the supporters were against his team, which he does not see as a surprise since they have been leading the pack since the start of the season.
We're excited to announce that we won our game today. We had a loss, we had a win. These things happen. It's ebb and flow in the league. All we can do now as champions and future champions is take away the best we can because we lost, but we learned, and we're going to do better in the next game. Team chemistry was a bit off today. The game was marred with a bit of controversy, but it's behind us now. All we can do is look forward and win the season. We're happy with the win we had today. We had a very good, solid win. The team is performing. It's just, these things happen. We were at a bit of a disadvantage, and, it's difficult when you're at the top because everyone's cheering against you. They want to see you fall.
Quality FC's player Chisloth Nunda told Sport on One that his team will catch up with Patriots FC as they continue to lose points.
I actually think we are going to catch up with them because they lost the game and we didn't receive our points yet. So there's a really good chance for us to be on the first place.
The Futsal Namibia League is approaching the end of the 2022-2023 season, with only 9 games remaining for the Patriots to claim the title should they continue with their winning streak.
We are approaching the end of our Summer League 2022-2023. Games are getting really intense. I think teams are really getting to a point where we're fighting for the last stretch of the games. We had some amazing games tonight. I think Patriots at the top of the log, they're doing really well. The rest of the teams are trying to get there, of course. I mean, everybody wants to get to when you're number one.
That's all the sports news we had for you. Up next is the weather forecast.